So I'm here to give you the complete and utter hope that your energy can be healed so much faster than you actually think. And it really pains me to see men have to go through this every single day where they don't have the motivation to do what they want to do. They don't have the drive and they think that something's wrong with them, but they simply just don't have the energy. And if they just had the energy, they would be able to smash through the day. They would be hitting targets every single day. They'll be on the weight loss journey, smashing work. Imagine a life where you have all of your complete and utter energy back. Imagine a life where you have the complete motivation and the complete discipline to actually want to do the things that you know that you need to be doing. Have you ever considered how much your actual lack of energy could be costing you in every single area of your life? Truly think about it. Your relationships, and I want you to sit and ask yourself this question real quick. How would my relationships be improving right now if I actually had the energy? How would I show up differently for the people that I actually love? What type of person would I actually become? How would my dating life be different if I had better energy? Ask yourself about your work life. What opportunities has my lack of energy actually led me to completely miss out on? Am I staying in a job that I've outgrown simply just because of the fact that I don't actually have the energy to want to change? And really be honest, what income level would you be at today if you had the drive and you had the energy to excel and push forward and be that disciplined person that's constantly on an upward spiral? And then there's your personal hobbies. What passions have you let go of due to a lack of energy, man? You know, when you were younger and you used to love football, you used to love rugby, what happened? Why did we give them up? Are you confusing loss of interest with a lack of energy? Did you want to give up those sports? Did you want to give up those hobbies? Did you actually lose interest, or did you just lack the energy to do it? What would you do, and how many hobbies and how many social things would you do if you just had the energy? Not enough people really look at the pain of what it's actually cost them up until now by staying exactly where they're at in terms of their energy levels. But here's the truth. Pain is far more powerful than positives when it comes to actual change. Because think of it like this, right? If you had a dirty floor, you'd clean that floor, right? But if you had a clean floor, you wouldn't care as much to make it dirty. Think of it like that. When you see all the, things on the floor, there's dirt on the floor, you're like, oh, I need to clean this. But then once it's clean, you don't mind walking in with dirty shoes because you just simply don't care. So before I move on, I genuinely want you to actually think through this video, logically stick through this video because this will change your life, and actually just think about the person that you could have been up until now if you simply just did not lack the energy. Where would you be in terms of your work life? Where would you be in terms of your relationships? What type of person would you be if you simply had the motivation and the drive to actually push forwards? And here's the other truth, there's no better time than today. I mean, think about it. How much time have we truly wasted up until now where we've known that the energy is holding us back from doing so much more in life, but we haven't took action on it? We can't afford to sit in another day like this. Every single moment that we're not improving, we're dying. And that goes for anything in life. So here's exactly how I went from this image right here, where I was inflamed, I was unhealthy, I had very high body fat, overweight, low energy, poor mental health. I was snoring super loud. I would wake up sweating. I was super lethargic. I hated my life. Low energy. Walking upstairs, I would get super out of breath. I'd feel so groggy every single morning when I wake up. Like I'd be that moody, angry guy. People would speak to me. I'd be like, go away. Like I'm too tired. Like leave me alone. Poor mental health. I was insecure. I was anxious. I mean, look at my face on there compared to now. To then, looking like this. Look at the difference between the two. Where now I'm 12% body fat, I have too much energy, I have amazing mental health. I'm confident, I have a healthy body fat, I don't snore anymore, my sleep feels great. I find myself training, going to the gym, working too much. I'm in a sales job, we're collecting 5 figures per month. I have all of these different vices because I simply have the energy. I was not this person when I was overweight. I have no brain fog, I have a super sharp brain all day, every single day. So I want you to know that there's truly hope. Because we're all humans and we can all lose weight and we can all regain energy regardless of metabolism. Because just look at the actual health difference between these two images right here. Like actually just sit for a moment and look at the difference in my body. Look at my face. Look at my arms. It's insane. So here are the exact 3 pillars that actually solved this issue for me and led me to a position to where I'm excelling in every single area of my life today. And also rejuvenated my energy in ways that I didn't even believe were possible. So number 1, stop eating carbohydrates in the morning. And we're going to get into this because I truly need to explain this. Because I used to wake up every single morning And here's exactly what my meals would look like. And I'm sure that you can probably relate to this too. You wake up, you have toast, you have cereal, you have bagels, you have butter on them, you have some bacon on them. But here's the exact issue that I would deal with every single time I ate those meals. Number one, I was left with brain fog. This would absolutely impact my ability to efficiently do work. Making this presentation, it's just took me an hour and a half, and I've sat down, no phone, completely focused. Didn't even cross my mind to think about anything else because I haven't eaten meals like this. I would not be able to do this if I ate those meals. Number two, I would literally feel hungry an hour or two later. It would lead me to snack. It would lead me to make bad food choices just because it was convenient. And then number three, my energy would just completely dip midday. And again, this would lead me to make bad food choices. And I would also cover the wound by having stimulants like coffee. But why actually does this happen? Like, why do we get tired when we eat foods like this? Well, it's because your blood sugars are consistently spiked every single day. So when we spike our blood sugars, our body has to work to bring them back down, which often leads us to feel tired if it's overloaded. Have you ever eaten a pizza when you're at a restaurant and then you just notice after you're like, oh, I just want to go to sleep? Or you eat a big cheesecake or something like that and you're like, dude, I'm so tired right now. My mind isn't working. I need to go to sleep. It's the exact same situation here. But what actually even spikes your blood sugars, and this is the truth, you're spiking your blood sugars every single day, numerous times every single day. Your body has to bring them down, and you're wondering why you're lacking energy so much. But carbohydrates is the biggest culprit here, primarily processed carbohydrates. But the truth is, most of your breakfast, lunch, dinner, midday snacks consist of carbohydrates. You're eating a sandwich for lunch, you're eating potato chips, crisps for a snack, you're eating pasta, you're just filling yourself up with carbs. Every single day, you're spiking your blood sugars consistently, and then you're wondering why you're always so tired. You're wondering, why have I just had this meal and I'm still hungry, I'm still so tired, and I just feel terrible about myself? Because this is exactly what your blood sugars are looking like every single day. They're spiking to extreme levels, then they're going down really fast and they're crashing because your body's produced too much insulin and now you're really tired. So then you have to eat again, it spikes them back up and it crashes. And this is the point where you crash. Your blood sugar spikes so much because of the foods that you're eating that are processed, high carb, terrible. They then drop, crash, and then you're tired. But here's exactly what they should be looking like. They should be looking like this green line here. And that's what's really worrying, right? They should be stable. Yours are looking like this. Up, down, up, down, up, down. They should be like that, right? No wonder that there's such a rise in type 2 diabetes nowadays because you're on a blood sugar roller coaster. But when the heck do I actually eat carbs then? Because you're probably thinking, Tom, you've just told me not to eat carbs in the morning. When do I actually eat them? Only eat carbohydrates in the evening. You do not need them in the day. And if you eat them in the evening, it's going to set you up for more energy tomorrow morning. So they're a great tool before bed because they're literally known to make you more tired. And I can guarantee you one of the difference after committing to this. But one thing I just want to say is when you eat carbohydrates in the evening and you spike your blood sugars then, when it drops back down, you have the crash, you get sleepy, you get tired, it puts your body in that state of, I just need to rest, I need to sleep now. As opposed to if you were to put your body in that rest and digest state midday like most people do. But here's the one thing I can guarantee after you actually commit in this. So you're not going to be as hungry because of the lack of blood sugar spike. You won't have any more crashes. You're not going to be like, oh, it's 2 p.m. and I'm so tired, I need to go eat more food, and you'll feel sharp all day. Because you're not bringing your blood sugars upwards, down, upwards, down, upwards, down, because you're actually eating the foods that aren't bringing your blood sugars so high up. I need you to really embed this into your mind. But you're probably thinking, Tom, what do I actually eat instead then? Like, what do I eat? And the answer is you eat satiating foods that are going to put your blood sugars into a position to where they're like that, right? Think about this. Yours are like this right now. One, do. They should be like this. Notice how I'm speaking with so much passion, so much energy. It's because I eat foods like this, so I have the passion and the energy to be able to speak to you with a sharp brain, to where I'm not stuttering, I'm not fumbling my words, I know exactly what to say. So that could be eggs, that could be steak, that could be cheese. Anything that's low carbohydrate in the day is going to help you out, and it's going to keep you so satiated. And remember this, fat and protein is not going to make you fat. Fat doesn't make you fat. What makes you fat is consistently eating processed carbs, which leads you to a point where you're consistently binge eating. You're always thinking about food. Compare that to if you ate steak and eggs in the morning and then you didn't even have to think about eating a meal until the next day. I eat 1 to 2 meals a day and I never struggle with hunger. There's times where I eat one meal a day and I don't eat for like 30 hours and I'm not even in the slightest hungry after those 30 hours because my body is so satiated. When I eat carbohydrates, however, I'm consistently hungry. I eat numerous meals, I feel terrible and I'm crashing. So this food is actually providing you with the minerals that you need. Your blood sugars are going to remain stable, which means there's absolutely zero crash. Your body remains the same energy all day, no matter what happens, no matter whether you train a gym session, until you go to bed, which then you'll be tired because you'll have had carbohydrates and your body will wind down. Number 2, you need to stop consuming blue light before bed. Now, what actually is blue light? Well, number 1, the circadian rhythm, if you don't know what this is pretty much when your body wakes up and when your body makes you tired. So for example, it's noon. We have like the best coordination, fastest reaction time. This is where we're the most awake in the morning. But here's the truth. In the evening, your body produces melatonin to help you fall asleep. So this is a hormone that basically says to your body, hey, now is time to go to bed, right? This is what's absolutely crazy, right? Number 1, it knows to do this when it's dark outside. So when your body sees that it's like, it's getting dark, there's not as much light in the room, things are pretty dark, like you're not speaking to many people, it's basically just a dark environment. That's when your body's like, okay, hey, we need to start producing some level of melatonin now. But here's the biggest issue about blue light and going on your phone before bed. Your body thinks that you're looking at the sun. How crazy is that? Like actually think about what that is doing to your body logically. You're going on your phone right before bed and looking at this big white screen, right? And your body is going, oh, it's daylight right now. Is this the sun? So what actually happens here? Melatonin stops getting released. Your body stops producing the hormone that it's meant to produce in order for you to actually fall asleep because you've confused your circadian rhythm so much that now it's like, oh, shoot, I'm seeing the sunlight right now. I can't fall asleep because I'm at risk. It's daytime. I need to be alert and I need to be awake because our evolutionary biological standpoint is that when it's sunlight, that's when we're in hunting mode. That's when we're going after animals. So we need to be alert and we need to have high energy. So this is single-handedly setting yourself up for low energy the next day. The reason that this is because when your body isn't producing melatonin, you're going to have bad sleep. You're going to find yourself tossing and turning in bed. It's going to affect your circadian rhythm the next morning. You're going to produce melatonin at the wrong times. It's going to teach your body the wrong rhythm. All of these different things purely because your body thinks that it's daytime. So how do we actually overcome this? Number 1, come off your phone completely 1 hour before bed. I know how frustrating it is. I know that it's a big pain, but it literally changed the game for me. One other thing that I did is when I triple tap my screen, it puts my phone in this like blue light mode. Now you'll be able to search that up on YouTube. You can just search up like how to change to blue light mode on your phone. But you want to come off this an hour before bed, like genuinely, not only just for the light, but for the stimulation, because when you're seeing so much social media, so much content, your brain's just like problem solving, looking at all these different things, it needs to relax, right? Number 2, wear blue light blocking glasses. This is just a bandage, right? This isn't going to solve all of the issues. But this is just something where, you're in the house and maybe you're with your family and they have the lamp on, but you don't want to directly look at a lamp because that's similar to the blue light from your phone. So I would wear these glasses by probably 7, 8 p.m. in my house. You look a bit goofy wearing them, but it's worth it. Number 3, just limit your TV usage. If you are going to watch TV, I know a lot of people use that as a method to fall asleep. Just know, just because you fall asleep, it doesn't mean that you'll have an effective sleep. If you fall asleep at 10 p.m. every single night, but you're watching TV, the guy that watches no TV and goes to bed at 10 p.m. is going to have far, far, far better quality sleep because it's not just about the hours, it's about the quality. Now, you have zero idea almost just how much the night before impacts your energy levels. Number 3, coffee past 12 p.m. Now, this one's a bit of a weird one. A lot of people aren't really aware of the consequences of this situation. So if you don't already know, caffeine has a half-life of around 5 to 6 hours. So essentially, that means that traces of the caffeine is going to completely stick around in your body for 12 hours or more. Just think of that from another perspective. The caffeine will stay in your body for 12 hours, this stimulant that keeps you awake. So take this example right here. Let's say that at 1 p.m. I say to myself, hey, you know what? I'm about to get to a good work session. I'm going to have a medium coffee. I have this coffee. It's 200 milligrams of caffeine, not 200 grams. I think you'd die if it was 200 grams. Well, by 9 p.m., even if I drink this coffee at 1 p.m., I'm still going to have 50 to 100 milligrams of caffeine in my system, depending on my metabolism. Some people may have less, some people may have more. but 50 to 100 milligrams of caffeine in my system right before bed at 9 p.m. when I'm about to go to sleep. But here's where things get crazy, because 50 to 100 milligrams of caffeine is the exact same as drinking a small espresso right before bed. If I said to you, hey, drink a coffee right before you go to sleep, you would literally laugh at me and say, what the hell are you on about? You're crazy. Like that, you're just asking for me to go to sleep badly, right? But you're single-handedly doing this to yourself every single day without realize. When you drink coffees at 3, 4, 5 p.m., you're literally doing the exact same thing that you would laugh at if I was to actually hand you a coffee. It's no different to if you were to literally drink a coffee. So you need to completely cut out caffeine past 12 p.m. And ideally, you don't want to drink caffeine at the moment that you wake up because your cortisol is already very high. So you typically want to drink coffee around an hour after waking up. But this is very, very important because caffeine is a stimulant. It's going to keep you awake. It's going to prevent you from sleep. Even if you go to sleep, if you've got the caffeine in your system, your quality of sleep, it will affect your ability to go into a deep sleep state. Now, there's one other thing that's truly going to improve your energy the most when it comes to actually, performing the best that you want to. And that's being around like-minded men and actually following the habits of what people do every single day to put themselves in the position to where they have high energy. Imagine if you were surrounded by content like this every single day, in short form, in long form, and you were able to actually look at this and say, hey, here are some things that I've learned today. Here's what I can actually implement. So drop me a follow here on Instagram. The link's in my bio. This is where I'm going to be sharing value like this every single day and putting you in the best possible position. You've got it right here. I answer to every single person's DMs every single day with a voice note. If you ever need help, you shoot me a text on there. But I want you to keep up with the journey so that you're actually motivated to make this change. So thank you for watching this video. And these are the 3 things that are going to truly improve your energy levels.